What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MULN stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we caught this movement to the downside that probably might save you up to 28%, or depending on your position might give you as a profit about 28%. And then I will continue with the fundamental news that probably might drive the price of this asset higher. And at the end of this video I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this point, and I've told you that we have this formation, and depending on the breakout above this range of resistance or below this range of support, we had following targets. If this asset breaks this range, would break this range of resistance, we have these two ranges that might be the targets, that could be the targets. But my main assumption was that because of lack of news and lack of fundamentals, most likely this asset should break this range of support, and in this case it should land right here at $25.2 mark, and from this range we might see a bounce that potentially might bring you up to 2 digits in profits. And as you can see, we have this movement to the upside from its lowest point. Let me show it you from this range to this one, about 14.66%, and definitely it was a very good call, and congratulations for all of you who took my call and who entered your short position right here and long position right here. So, and let's continue with the fundamental news. I have to say that we don't have any new news on their official website, but we have the tweet that was published by Mullen Automotive and that was reposted by Michery. And this tweet is the picture of several vans, and I have to say that you can count 10 vehicles on this picture. 7 in this row and 3 in this row, because you can count it by their right hand mirrors. And it doesn't mean that they can produce these vehicles, but it might be quite bullish in this short period of time, because a lot of retail investors might think that they are on their path to produce these vehicles. And I have to say that you have to be very cautious, because Mullen doesn't have an ability to produce these vehicles. These vehicles were produced by Electric Last Mile Solution, and even Electric Last Mile Solution didn't produce them. They bought it from Chinese supplier, and in a minute I will show you how it can happen. And Mullen Automotive received these vehicles as an inventory with the acquisition of ELMS. And because of this, they have these vans, and basically it is not the vehicles that they can produce. Let me show you right here that one of their plants cannot be the manufacturer plant from zero, from scratch, because it is just a SKD assembly line, and this means that they can assemble only big parts of the vehicle to the entire vehicle. And I covered this picture back in the days, and I showed you that this is not the vehicle that they produced, and this is not the parts of this vehicle. So that's why you have to be very cautious. Let me show you the real manufacturer plant of these vans. Here is the website. Basically, let me show you at the very top. It is a made in China website, and it is some kind of trading platform. And here you can find this vehicle that is basically the original vehicle of Mullen Automotive. And here you can find more pictures of this vehicle. And definitely this vehicle was bought by ELMS. And then, when ELMS becomes bankrupt, Mullen Automotive received these vehicles in inventory. And let me show you that in general, Mullen Automotive imported just several vehicles, and they imported, as you can see, on July 2022, 4 mini truck electric vehicles. But let me show you the same website. And Electric Last Mile Solutions made 57 and 15 deliveries, and it was made back in the days in 2021 in October and April. And here you can find that they have SKD auto components, and this is the vehicles that were delivered to them from this company. From let me show it to you right here. It is a MULN Motors, and here you can find the same supplier. Let me show you right here. MULN Automobile Industry. And this means that MULN shows you the vehicles that they cannot produce, but they have these vehicles basically occasionally. And this means this picture cannot be the long-term catalyst, but definitely for the short-term perspective it might be quite good spike in its price. And guys, let me show you another news that might be not so good for you as an investors, long-term investors in MULN. Right here you can find on fintel.io, and this website tracks the activity and the insider activity of certain assets. And David Michery recently filed this data that he received about 22.6 million shares on February 16th, and he immediately sold almost 15 million shares on February 16th, and right here he also sold about 1.5 million shares. And if you take a closer look on this activity, David, if you rank these filings by name, you can see that David Michery received a lot of stocks from his company as an award, as a stock-based compensation, and he sold a lot of these stocks. This means, in my opinion, you cannot rely on this asset because the major shareholder and the CEO of this company didn't buy any stock of his own company, and he only receives the stock-based compensation and sells these stocks. So, on top of that, let me show you this article that was published on February 21st, and it says, assembling the MULN EV is the top priority right now. And the summary is following. MULN reports Q4 2022 results showing zero sales despite multiple announcements of vehicle orders. The company is building assembly lines to assemble EV vehicles using Chinese EV parts and designs. Balance sheet challenges will likely result in significant share dilution, enough to send shares lower, regardless of the company's progress in commercializing its vehicles. Cash burn will likely increase as the company continues efforts to assemble its EVs. And let me show you this summary right here at the very bottom. At this point, MULN should be fine driving pre-orders for its vehicles. The company has a variety of models with different applications, including commercial vehicles, vans and last-mile delivery vehicles. However, bringing vehicles on the road is challenging. The company assembles Chinese car components, which requires ramping up industrial capacity. This is a technically and financially tricky task, underpinning its failure to meet its vehicles' delivery orders. The company's balance sheet is weak and plagued with convertible notes that will mature soon. The number of shares outstanding will likely increase exponentially in the coming 12 months. Even if MULN succeeded in commercializing its products, this share dilution alone is enough to send shares lower. And I completely agree with this conclusion, and I have to say that you shouldn't rely on this asset as your long-term investment. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, if you entered your position right here, congratulations, because you are in green territory for, let me show you, for about 8.74%. And to be on a safer territory, just put your stop loss slightly above your entry point, and this means you will not lose any money with your long position. And what should you do if you haven't entered the position right here? You can enter it right here at this very price point, and you should put your stop loss slightly below this previous bottom, because we still have a possibility to see lower price target, but the upside potential is this range of resistance that is at roughly 32 cents price point. And depending on the price section right here, if you ladder your buys down all the way down to this point, the downside potential, let's assume that you will have the average price of roughly $0.26. Your downside potential will be not more than 6.5%, but the upside potential might be up to 22.9%. This means more than 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio is quite lucrative, especially in this short period of time, and this means you can rely on this asset that might hit this range of resistance by the end of this week. Otherwise, just stay cautious, and if you want to invest in this asset, do your own due diligence, and you can watch any of my previous videos and you can make your own conclusion whether or not this asset worth your attention. So I think from the technical standpoint that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up.